with all of you here. And we know all of us, we are passing a very tough time. And I hope in this discussion we can we'll learn something from all of us. Thank you very much. And we welcome you to visit Bangladesh in near future when it is possible. And we love to hear some good instruction from you guys so that we can keep forward and looking for the progress of the tourism industry, how the developing countries also working. Thank you.
Sir, from to start question session from you. Our first question to you, in the current context as a traveler, how much travel do you think will happen tomorrow?
For me?
Yes, Ashrafuzzaman Uzzal.
Okay. Okay. Well, it is very hard to say because, like all of us, we are passing very tough time, and country like us, like Bangladesh or the third world countries, we have so many things to do at the same time, like the economy, the job, and the tourism, also part of it. So for us, definitely it will be a very challenging and tough. And I think tourism will see a new after certain time. I think all of us, we are trying to improve or co up with the situations, and so the survival people, they can only the fittest people will be survive in this industry. I mean, all of us need to improve our skills and innovation, and that is the challenge, like how we can co up with the new innovations and with the economy, with the budget, because the airfare is going high and so many restrictions. Just few minutes before, I was reading one of my friend's status. He lives in South Korea, but South Korea, they just banned Bangladeshi people to visit or to enter in South Korea. But many of other countries people, either they have corona or doesn't matter, they don't have, but they didn't ban those countries. So that's the thing, like country like us, it is very challenging, not only for the people, but also for the government, also the diplomatic arena. If they do not take the right step, then we cannot, I don't see any good hope. It will be a challenging for us, definitely.
Sir, second question, specifically, in the current situation, it is understood that we Bangladeshi citizens are much less aware. If this situation is continuing, will it be an obstacle to development of our tourism industry? What are you thinking?
Of course it is. Because awareness is very important for not only Bangladesh, for everybody. And awareness will, it's not easy to implement, because country like us, we have to fight for food and the economy and so many things. So it is much as important with the awareness as well as also the economy. So I think the government and the people, if they take the right, follow the right way, and then they can overcome it. Otherwise, it will be very difficult.
Sir, this is last question to you. After that, we open the our audio discussion. Then we come to the point. After 49 years of independence, we have not been able to set our income targets for tourism. What is the main reason for this? What is the main reason?
It is very tough to say for one main reason, but as far my understanding, that is the people who involved in this industry, uh, they maybe not, that is not their main profession. Some of them, they have many businesses, and side by side they are involved with the tourism industry. So I think proper education, or they don't have the background in the tourism sectors, or they don't have that much, I think, knowledge or investment or so many things. So uh, any industry need to be, educated people. The more you got educated people in the industry, then it will come up with a good shape. So country like us, I think education, I mean tourism education, is one of the most important things to develop ourselves. And in this sector, I think we don't have that much enough skill professionals in our country.
Okay, sir. Then we want to go, Miss Maricha. Miss Maricha, today I have a specific question to you. That is, many countries in the world do not evaluate tourist guides. Do you think tourist guides can contribute to sustainable tourism development?
Okay, thank you for that question.
Ms. Maricha.
Yes, good day to everyone. I just want to give you a little background of who I am. Faisal has invited me 3 times to come to the forums. I'm very grateful for that, because this platform is helping us communicate all around the world. So I am the global brand ambassador for the World Federation of Tourist Guides Association, which is an international organization that has about 90 member countries and over 250,000 tourist guides around the world. Your question is very appropriate, because right now, the tourist guide in 2020 and 2021 is not the same as the tourist guide before COVID. So we are now preparing our lives after COVID. So what has changed? A lot has changed, a lot. Okay, it's not the same environment anymore. Health, safety, and of course, sustainability. So one big topic that I am very big on is local tourism, is to be able to promote local products and local people, local food, local, give gifts, local gifts. So we are now training our guides to get to know the local industries and try to support them, because we are not open yet to the world. Slowly, we are going to be opening. But for today, June 22nd, our tourism industry has not opened to the world yet. We have to be patient. But in the meantime, we are preparing the tourist guides to get to know the local industries. So we will go to markets, maybe we will go to small shops. We will see their products, and we will encourage them to talk about their products, because they're all made by the local people. So that is one of the steps that we are taking for sustainability.
Ma'am, I have a very interesting point to you. Around the world, we have very big amount of tourist guys, big number of tourist guys now are jobless. Why not we make this pupil in is a power of income? How we make them? Or how they involve in work in this situation? Because a lot of people now are jobless. now a lot of tourist guys are jobless and very big amount. They have no tourists, no money. So in this situation, your organization, any guideline for them, or you taken any action to make them make their life comfortable?
Well, you know, all of us are the same. We have no job. I have not worked since March 11. I have had no tourists to come to Washington since March 11. Yeah, but I do other things. I do webinars. I do this. I have other ways to open to get some income revenue. A very small part, not big, but I create. So the tourist guide has to be inventive. You have to reimagine. You cannot get stuck in an industry that has no business. There's nothing. So we have to look at another side. Right now, technology is very strong. If your skills are not up to standards, you're losing, because every day we're Zooming, every day we're webinaring. So many things are going on, and you can make money out of this webinar, like what you're doing, Faisal. You can charge for this, and that's how you get some revenue. You have to think outside the box. So tourist guides around the World Federation does not really, because that's not the purpose. It's not a business organization, it's voluntary. We are volunteers at the World Federation. Nobody's getting paid, okay? So think about that. So it's not a business corporation at all. It's not. So tourist guides around the world, no jobs, nothing, zero income. But they are thinking, they are selling things, I don't know, they're creating something that will provide revenue.
Last few days, we see a lot of country open for tourists, like Dubai, like Italy. What do you see this situation? You think in the current situation, do you see any possibility about tourism? Why do you see it, and what is the possibility waiting for us?
Italy is not yet open to the world. We cannot travel to Italy from America. We cannot, not yet. The borders are not open. Italy is open within Italy.
Dubai is open from 23rd June.
Yeah, but I don't even, our airport is still closed here. I'm talking about from where I live, okay? We cannot travel international. I don't know.
Okay, ma'am, we get back to you soon. And now we come to Mr. Mohiuddin Helal. Mohiuddin Helal, editor, Parjoton Bichitra. Sir, welcoming you. Today, I have a specific question to you. That tourism recovery is an important. This is, we are all of our thinking. Lot of discussion in health last few months. But no any target point is still now we are fixing. What is the reason for that? Why we are not fixing any target last few months?
Thank you, Mr. Faisal Razu, for asking the issue of tourism recovery as a factor, important factor for sustainable development. So, tourism is one of the largest job producing industry, and where many people are involved in different value chain of the tourism sector. And since the sector is producing huge number of jobs, so where is that jobs? If we identify the value chains, then there is many formal jobs, like people are working in hotel, airlines, travel agencies, and tour operating companies. So these all are formal jobs. And there is huge number of informal jobs, that based on the local destination, so many people are involved, like they are producing the local foods, the local souvenirs, they are involved in local support service for the tourists. So huge number of informal jobs are creating by tourism industry, and that means tourism industry is vibrating our local economy. So now it is very important issue that tourists are not coming in country to country to country. So our all of the employees, those are involved in tourism sector, are jobless now. They do not have a job. But if you think alternatively, that why tourism sector is important for sustainable development. If you think one tourist is coming any destination, they are spending their money in different way, and this money is supporting our local economy. So for development of local any local destinations or local economy, this tourism sector need to sustain. So it is we if any all government of different countries consider tourism as a tool for development, then uh, not only the sector will survive, it will support the country's economy. And you know the tourism sector is also offering the many decent jobs, and which is a big discussion for sustainable development goal. And not only this, the tourism sector, why it is important for sustainable development. Sustainable development is not only money, it is for our cultural development, it is for our conservation of culture, nature, heritage. So tourism sector is contributing for conservation of all aspects. So now it is important to consider these points for development of the sustainability of our future economy. So tourism, I believe the all value chain will be more focused, more considering for our future economy.
Sir, I have a question to you because our tourism board assistant directors are with us. Last 2 months, I visit lot of heritage site like our Hajigons, like our Sonakanda, and Munchiganj also. There is a heritage site. You know that. But when we go there, I have a video evidence, also still evidence. I don't want to show this now because I make a writing. There is no refreshment arrangement. There is the in the square side, there is lot of garbage in there. My point is, if we want to sustainable development, then how is possible when there is no refreshment arrangement, when there is garbage, and our authority, heritage authority or Parjoton corporation or board, they don't focus there. How you think our development is coming or our awareness are coming from the abroad? Lot of people come to visit our monuments, our heritage. How is possible? You have a specific idea how we establish rules in to protect our heritage site. You know, in Hajigon, the 600 years ago, square water fort in Naranganj. And there is also in Munchigon, there is around 7,000 years ago heritage monuments. So how we protect and how we get benefit from this site?
So this question to me or yes?
It's for you, Mohiuddin Helal. It's for you
thank
because
you.
I have a lot of evidence. I make this for present. So I give you as soon as possible because when you go to the heritage site, you find this
Okay.
thing. There is no
Thank you, Mr.
refreshment arrangement.
Thank you, Mr. Faisal Raju. It's a good question to raise that that our there is a lot of attractions around the country, and all of the attractions are not to up to mark to the market. That is true. So every site should have to need to develop a SOP, a standard operating procedure of that particular site. So you know that tourism board is currently developing a SOP for facing the COVID situation, how we can restart our all of the subsectors or service sectors as at a new normal situation. So similarly, I believe that there is a archaeology department in the country who really take care of the all of the archaeological monuments to make it a standard for visiting the travelers. So my suggestion is each and every particular destination, we need to develop a SOP and give them the training of the local people who is really responsible to maintain it, and also need to monitor of the authority. Through this standardization, skill training, and monitoring, destination should have to come as a global standard, what I believe. And government should have to take the priority. Definitely it is for every country it is very difficult for taking the initiative around the country together. But there is some priorities set which is very more important, which is less important. And I believe the assistant director of tourism board with us, they will take care of that as per the priority. And after the COVID situation, our previous data and previous analysis should be the change, because now people will travel less, and there is some rules and regulation. We will accommodate less people, and which destination we will focus in global market. Maybe the Bangladesh is a riverine country, and our all of the destination, most of the destinations are connecting by rivers. So maybe we are thinking to give more focus on river-based product, because of it is very easy to control. After COVID situation, maybe we can take more focus on the river-based product. And which destination you mentioned, it is also near Dhaka and Munshiganj area, and which is also the Habiganj area, which is also possible to connect by river as well. So I believe the tourism board will definitely take care of the situation, how we can make it a standard for global market.
Sir, for sustainable development, this COVID destroy world economy. I have a question that how can we, that means our industry, tourism industry, we get back. We are what we say handling this situation for we are established our tourism or extending our tourism. How it's possible? In aviation sector, hotel sector, in rent-a-car sector, in guide sector, every sector now is the near of destroying. So if we need to development for sustainable tourism, how we can, how it's possible?
Thank you, Mr. Raju. Initially, we have to take the initiative within the country. So we have to focus in domestic tourism first for our sustainability. Because of air connectivities, it will take time to connecting the globe. So within the country, we have to start our tourism offer at the new normal situation. So local people can start moving. So it is a huge number of people within each and every country to travel within the country, because of they will not move other country. So if we start within the country, I think it will help sustain our tourism professionals and small enterprises in the tourism sector in the country. This is one area. Another area, that in the fourth industrial revolution. So before the COVID, we also think of it that within the fourth industrial revolution, many people within tourism sector will lose their jobs, and maybe the service provided by the local destination, the local tour guide, they will directly connect with the clients. Maybe the time is coming because of technology, because of availability of informations. So this sort of thing come in market, that how we can address in fourth industrial revolution, how many jobs will come up, how many jobs will reduce. So COVID situation will bring this fourth industrial revolution come maybe 1 year ahead. We are coming in a stage that now we are doing the Zoom meeting. If it is not COVID, then it will also come in industry, but maybe later on. So if we think in this situation, that we have to boost up, we have to empower our local people. We have to empower our local guide, give them skills, how they can come forward their local offers in market. So I think within the country, domestic tourism, community-based tourism is now a area of work. Because of it will vibrant economy, it will give the conservation of a local culture heritage, it will create local jobs, the people migration will be less. So many area it can be come in front due to COVID situation. So my thinking, I believe that domestic tourism should support in this situation, and we everyone have to come with domestic tourism product in market, with the or maintaining with the SOP. So we have to give the confidence about the tourists, so tourists can start moving. So this is very important to make trust the service and service offer and client. This is
have you any idea or any specific proposal for establish sustainable tourism, which proposal is getting benefited for our tourism industry? Have you any plan or any idea for that?
A single line I want to say, the government should have to think tourism is not a business. Tourism is a tool for development. Tourism is a tool for community. Tourism, there is a lot of value chain. This is my observation, and this is my opinion. And I request all of the people who really involved in the sector, they have to raise their voice that tourism it's a social business. It is not only a business like other industry.
This is socialism.
So we have to come together. It's a social business, and we have to come to raise our voice together. Government should have to take care tourism as a tool for development. Then automatically we people will be the actor of this situation. So this is one of my suggestion. And I want to mention one more thing. I'm give a small example. There is every country, there is a few isolated pockets. In our country, there is a lot of poor pockets, which is not connecting with the mainlands, like Nijumdeep, like Saint Martin, and some other place. These places, there is the community. This place is not the good place for establishing other industry except the tourism industry. So reason is that tourists will go over there for taking the support services. these poor pockets and these isolated pockets is impossible to develop any heavy industry except the tourism, because tourists will be go there. So when tourists will go there, automatically they will spend their money, the local people will be get benefit. And this is the only option for that community, is tourism. So I think all of the local and international organization, if you raise our voice like tourism is development, tourism for development, that will sustain the industry, that will support us, that will support the sustainable development. Thank you.
Sir, today our program is supported by World Travel and Tourism Council. Now we come to Mr. Adolfo Reyes. Welcome. And we want to hear from you regarding sustainable development. Can you tell the international community thinking how to raise from this situation?
Hi, thank you, Faisal, and thank you all for having us here speaking about what travel and tourism is doing. First of all, it's very important for all of us to know that travel and tourism has been growing steadily for the last 10 years. And travel and tourism supports 330 million jobs worldwide. And even though we are, of course, in a difficult situation right now, every country and every person that lives from tourism is being impacted in a way or form. But we need to understand also, I mean, that the trend was on the uprise, and that travel and tourism is very, very important for the economic purposes, for development, and for job creation. So what we're seeing in the world, of course, we're seeing different scenarios on how COVID is impacting the industry. We have been pledging to governments around the world to support businesses, and not only to support businesses for the sake of it. We are asking governments to support businesses because jobs and people depend from those businesses. Travel and tourism will recover from this, and we want to make sure that we lose the minimum amount of jobs that are related to tourism. Now, what we're seeing as well is that travel and tourism, I mean, this is affecting the world as a whole. And some of the first step, and some of my colleagues have mentioned this, we have to start opening region by region, maybe at the local level, maybe at the regional level. We're seeing what we're calling the bubbles, right? Or the corridors. In some instances, your country, maybe with a country in similar situations, have to start strengthening their relationships and start opening as a bubble, as a corridor within those countries. And as some of my colleagues said, incentivize the domestic travel, because that is easier to bring forward. But we have to make sure that whatever we do when we open, that we do it in a safely manner. We have to follow protocols. That's what WTTC has been doing with our members and with the industry as a whole. We have to put in place protocols to tell travelers that it is safe to travel. So we're gonna make sure there's consistent communication at the local level, but that is also aligned with the health experts, with the CDC or with the World Health Organization, as well as with the local institutions that have to mandate how things are opening up. And also we have to consider the importance of tourism at the regional level. Once we do this, and once we start to put those protocols in place, and I encourage any business to go to WTTC website and download those protocols. We're actually launching also, or we launched a safe travel stamp, kind of helping businesses and also destinations, because we don't have to only think about the business. The businesses are very important, but we also have to step it up and support the destinations, the countries or the organizations that are promoting a touristic, at the country level or a specific destination. So at all levels, we have to be aligned on these protocols, and we have to communicate consistently to the travelers that it is safe to travel again and following those protocols. So I hope that that's a brief introduction on what we're doing at the World Travel and Tourism Council.
Sir, you know, this is a big disaster, economical. In this situation, now our tourism industry directly, indirectly involved. More than 16 million plus people now are jobless, and more 10 million people might jobless soon. So in this situation, how we thinking this current situation, our tourism get domestic tourism getting the life again? How possible when there is the lot of amount people now are jobless? Then how domestic tourism in this situation raise again?
Yeah, I mean, every challenge comes with an opportunity. And I think Marikar mentioned something very interesting, that we have to look for ways to invest our time to do something for the good. I know a lot of people is jobless. Maybe this is a good opportunity to start training on new skills, maybe on learning a little bit more about the destinations, also doing promotion. Once we're gonna reopen at some point. So we gotta make sure that the people that is supporting tourism at the local level knows more than before, that they can promote better than before, that they know that they can go into other areas that maybe they were not doing before. So training and learning new things is very important. We have to make out the best of this time that we have available, right? We cannot just sit back and say that everything is wrong. And yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult for a lot of people. So if you can spend some of your time training, getting to know some other things, and maybe you have to get a part-time job that allows you to get some income to support your family, to support your relatives, then we need to start focusing on the positive things and what we can do right now for ourselves, for our families, and to support our communities. That's very important.
Sir, you know, today our subject is very important subject. We choosing, there is tourism recovery is an important factor for sustainable development. What are you thinking specifically this matter?
Well, for recovery, we have 4 very important things that we need to consider as an industry for recovery. Number 1, we need a coordinated approach to reestablish effective operations. And we have 2 different items on this area. We have to push to reopen borders or to reactivate the local tourism. We need to replace, for example, quarantines. We have seen that some countries are implementing quarantines, and we are pushing, or we are advocating to remove those quarantines and install measures with countries with similar circumstances, and apply testing and contact tracing so people can start traveling without closing up 100%. We also have to remove travel barriers. Let's say when a country puts a travel ban onto another country, then that insurance companies are not able to pay for the insurance for the business travelers or the regular traveler that goes to that country. So we need to remove those bans. So if someone has to travel either for business or for leisure, that travel company or insurance companies are able to support and to cover that traveler. So that's also very important. Item number 2, we need to enhance. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Okay, yeah, because we have 4 points. That's just the first point. The other one is to enhance the experience, right? We need to implement solutions, like I said, testing and contract tracing solutions. And we have to consider what things we're gonna do before a vaccine and what we have to do after the vaccine. So before the vaccine, very, very important to implement contact tracing and testing, maybe testing before departing and maybe upon arrival. That's of course gonna be up to the governments to implement. But we need to make sure we are able to contain the spread of the virus in any given situation to make sure that the population is safe. The people that is working on your business and on other businesses, on the hotels, on any business, that the workers are also protected. And then after the vaccine, of course, we may need to implement some solutions that allow us to know that somebody has already gotten that vaccine and that is safe to travel. And the last 2 points, one is the adoption of global health and safety protocols that I mentioned before. We have to work collectively amongst the different organizations within a sector, like the hospitality, the restaurants, the tours, the tour operators, and then at each level implement their protocols, and then align to the global protocols as well to make sure we communicate to the public that it's safe to travel. And lastly, keep telling or asking governments to support the sector. We will recover, but it is important for governments to step up, support the sector, support the jobs that depend on the sector to allow us to bridge the gap and get to the other side.
Then I think when we start our tourism, then we need to apply health insurance for better tourism. What about you thinking about this? Is it possible?
Yeah, I mean, and we have seen different models, right? I mean, one model is that each individual which is traveling would have to get their own insurance. But we have seen in the past, and we have to learn from the past as well. I believe one of the Asian countries, I don't remember if it was Thailand or another country, that at the country level, to make sure that travelers are safe, the government guarantees or provides the insurance or the safety measures or allow travelers to go into hospitals in case they get infected. So there are different models. One would be a government at the government level that the government supports and provides all the services or guarantees, not the services, the guarantees that if a traveler goes to a certain place that they will be covered. But on the other front, of course, a traveler can also get insurance to be able to get the support they need in case somebody gets infected.
Sir, thank you for your speech. You are our special guest. Now we are going to our main guest. After that, we open the floor for discussion each other. Mr. Borhan Uddin, Assistant Director, Parjoton Board, Bangladesh Parjoton Board. Sir, you hear all the topics and which our experienced panelists are discussed, and we want to hear from you that today our subject is tourism recovery is a very important factor for sustainable development. What are you thinking about this? Mr. Borhan Uddin.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me such an opportunity to say something in front of you. Actually, I am very new in this industry. If I compare with you, all of you are very much experienced. If I consider Marika, she is like my mother is old, and also other members, panelists are very much experienced in this sector. I am very younger in this industry. Actually, you have discussed very well for the development of tourism industry. So from the point of our government, actually we are thinking how we can start the tourism in this after the COVID-19 actually. So Bangladesh government also taking some initiative to restart the tourism industry. First of all, we are trying to make a recovery plan so that we can go through with a proper recovery plan, and then we are trying to ensure a SOP, standard operating procedure, for the industry so that we can adapt with the new normal situation. And all of this, with along all of this, we are also trying to make people aware about this. Okay, we are taking our people. If I share with my screen that we already started to aware people around the country. I think it is the pioneer country, Bangladesh, who take step to aware the people nationwide. We already organized 4 program in our 4 region, 4 district. So it's the initiatives government are taking to aware the people. We are trying to engage local people. We are trying to enhance their
Please click
investment.
your
We are trying
slide,
to.
Mr. Borhan. Please click your slide. We are not seeing.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Sorry.
No. Yes.
Sorry. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Now we are free.
Okay. Sorry for my invitation. Actually, we are starting to our people. So national, I think it is the Bangladesh is the pioneer country who taking such initiative in the world. So we have the government is planning in such a way so that we can boost our industry in a big amount. Okay, we are organizing some training programs for the people, those who are working in this industry. We are making them make sure that they maintain SOP. I can show you some pictures. Already we organized a program in Kuakata, one of the most important tourist destination of our country. Can you see my screen?
Yes. You.
Okay. So we were organizing such program around the country, as well as we are trying to make people sure that they are ensuring the standard operating procedure. Okay, so I think this initiative will enrich our industry with a new dimension.
Okay. Sir, can you share, please, your this presentation?
Actually, we were already working on it to finalize the SOP and the recovery plan. We will arrange some program with our stakeholders to validate it and to know them. After then, I can circulate this to you. Right now, it's confidential for me. Okay, just I am showing you what we are planning or what we are doing. And along with this, we are doing that programs in our different districts, different countryside. And we are already organizing some training also for the tour operators, tour guides, street food vendors, and community people so that they can cope with the new normal situation.
Thank you, sir. Be with us. Now our floor is open. If Mr. Mohiuddin Helal, you can conduct if you have any question, or our president, Mr. Ashrafuzzaman Uzzal, Bangladesh Travel Writers Association. If you have any question to each other, you can. Specifically, I want to say, Ms. Marichar, Mr. Mohiuddin do a lot of work for guiding. In Bangladesh, he give 200 people training for become as a professional guide. So now, please, Mr. Mohiuddin Helal, you can take this opportunity to conduct, please.
Yes, I can just share a few things, and I think everyone can share our experience to know each other. So in Bangladesh case, I'm also CEO of Industry Skill Council for Tourism and Hospitality in Bangladesh. So our main area of work to give the skill training among the new entrants, as well as the people are working in the industry for their upskilling. We do both. So in different occupations in tourism and hospitality sector, and one of the area is tour guiding, where under this industry skill council we conduct along with the government initiative. We give around 150 people, we give them training around the country for all our local guides. So we believe that we need the further training for them. So the World Guide Federation I think Bangladesh, the initiative is not in wider scale. I believe that after a long time, Bangladesh is still young in tourism arena. So there is a lot of area to need international collaboration and international support to bring the destination in global market. So this is one area is tourist guide can, each and every tourist guide represent the destination, promote destination in different way if they know the know-how. So this is the opportunity that Manikar is here as a global ambassador. So how Bangladesh can get the benefit, not only benefit, in come in board to communicate with other guides and exchange their views and getting the opportunity to more skilling. So if you give some guideline that Bangladesh is yet not in for guide associations or for the occupation in the tourist guide, yet not is connecting with global market. So what is your suggestion how we can bring all of them and all of the initiatives for guide associations, guide upskilling, how we can bring them to make them in global standard, exchange them and get the benefit in the country? If you give us a guideline, how we can work with you in long time.
Okay, thank you for that very insightful comment. I think it's not a guideline, but I think you have to start first steps, build an association of guides. Right now, I don't know if you have one. You need to form an association of tourist guides. So, you know, among this group, I don't know how many are active guides who are actively guiding. I think they can come together, 3 or 4 people. That's all you need to begin an association. Okay, and then when you have an association, you have a constitution. So you have to do it properly, step by step, with foundation. You need to have a constitution that has a law, or what you have, somebody has to write it out, and something you can follow. And then once you have that, a constitution, we can apply for membership with the federation, because the federation is a membership organization. It's all about members for association worldwide. Okay, so Bangladesh has nobody yet. We have no member from Bangladesh. We are trying to have a member, but we are still looking at the paperwork. It would be nice to have the association to apply for membership. Number one, that's really the number one. Tourist guides work together, apply for membership as an association. So you can call yourselves the Bangladesh Tourist Guides Association, for example. Okay. Number two, training. So we are very strong on training. We have a big training team that travel all around the world. I speak 7 languages. I have trained in so many countries on guiding skills and techniques. And we can come to you to train you properly, officially, get a certificate with the stamp of the World Federation. And we can train the trainer. You can come to us, we train you. We have courses every year in different places. But that's another big skill, is the training. We can train you to train your students, or we can come to train the guides. Okay, so those are the two steps that we are looking at.
Yes, one thing is, yes, Bangladesh, we have a tour guide association, which formed many years back, but which is not come in proper action. But I believe I will share this idea among the peoples. Really, we have one Bangladesh tour guide association. This is one area. Another area is when I already mentioned that we already provided training, which is also, we considered the many countries, the curriculum, the training materials, considering the global standard training materials, with the support of ILO, International Labour Organization, as well as the National Skill Development Authority in the country, and which is endorsed by the government and considering the global standard curriculum. And we already done the TOT and piloting programs and provide the trainings. So now is the time to get the collaboration with international organizations.
Definitely.
Hope
Yes.
I will share with those are in the country actively involved, and those other people not involved. So I will definitely will share together, and I will request the people, those are really in tourism guiding sector, they will coordinate and communicate with you for further steps. Thank you
Yes,
for
and
some.
don't forget that our training now will include after COVID life, because all what we've trained is before COVID. Now we're going to incorporate health and safety protocol. That's number one right now. I am a trainer. I'm training right now. And I'm already putting all the health and safety measures that are required. So using the mask, using the hand sanitizer, using the screen, the face screen, you know, all of that. So I am training today, this afternoon. I'm going to go and train my student,
Lovely.
and I'm already putting all the global health and safety. On the bus, we have plastic covering. So we're looking at different ways right now, because this is the new reality. We call it new reality. And we have to add new things to the training. Cannot be the old ones anymore. That's old. That's past. I don't deal with the old ones because it's not going to work. The new reality, you know, all of the vaccine, what happens with a person who gets infected? What about the guide who gets infected after the tour? When I go back to my family, you know what, and then I have fever, I infect my whole family. What's that? That's terrible.
Thank you. Mr. Ashrafuzzaman Uzzal, have you any question to our audience?
Faisal, I want to add something actually.
Okay, sir. Okay, continue, sir.
From the beginning of my job life, I worked with Mohiuddin Helal. He's a very potential person and very experienced. I worked with him in such a street food vendor training, and he's also a very good trainer. Okay, so we can actually we can actually do that program jointly. We can organize with the World Guide Association, also with Mohiuddin Helal bhai. What do you say, Mohiuddin bhai?
Thank you. He rightly mentioned, I am also trainer and assessor, and we have different initiatives in different level. One is the guide, and we also have some training program for the local community. Those are really involved in the local SMEs in tourism sector. And with the support of government, Bangladesh Tourism Board, jointly we organized series of program last few years. And now in the new normal situation, the new SOP on safety and hygiene issue will be added. And at the same time, the many people will lose job. At the same way, many new jobs will come in market. So how many new jobs in tourism sector will come in market? Now we are also addressing this area, how we can give them the skills. So thank you, Mr. Borhan Uddin from Bangladesh Tourism Board, that we all together, along with the World Guide Federation and Bangladesh Tourism Board and our private sectors, if we can make a certification program, training program, and assess properly and give a certification which will be globally accepted, it can be a new area to make the trust among the tourists. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashrafuzzaman Uzzal, President Bangladesh Travel Writers Association. If you want to say very few words, we are very closely our program.
Thank you very much. It is good to know that she speaks 7 languages. So that's the real, actually, the guide, you know. I had an opportunity to travel many countries, and speaking a little bit Spanish, I had a chance to learn. But anyway, yes, ma'am, we once started, I mean, the Tourist Guide Association of Bangladesh, but it is not registered yet. That is why we did not apply for the World Federation of Tourist Guide. But as we know now, and definitely I will get a session in Bangladesh, then we will come up with the membership procedures, everything in proper way.
Please do. Please get in touch with me. I am helping also Mr. Faisal to get his membership, but I would like the association to become members. It's very, very good. We have an area representative that can work with you. His name is Tsunami, Erwin Tsunami, Valenzuela. And he is also working with the South Asia Association. So all of us are here to help one another, okay? Because we would like you to be part of our global family. That's what we want. You are part of our family. It's very important that you belong to us and be part around the table. It's very good. You meet all cultures, all nationalities, all languages, and all tourist guides around the world.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words. Now we come to our special guest, Mr. Adolfo Reyes. Today our program supported by World Travel and Tourism Council. Sir, if you say last few words for our industry and any direction to develop the relation between World Travel and Tourism Council, if you have any guideline, please.
Yeah, what I would like to close it is that we need to stay consistent on the message. We have to work close together amongst the different business sectors, hospitality, airlines, airports. I mean, each sector has to work within their own areas, but we also have to coordinate with the destination at the government level. So coordination and communication is very, very important at this very moment. We are all more connected than ever before. So the solutions are out there, and it's up to us to start connecting and to start making a difference. Travel and tourism will recover from this, don't doubt about it. And it's gonna be fantastic. We need to make sure the protocols and we keep the safe guidelines everywhere. As Marikar was just mentioning, things have changed from yesterday to today. So we have to implement and make sure we implement those guidelines. Health and safety are very important, but we need to keep living. We need to keep supporting travel and tourism. And I would like to thank all the panelists and especially you, Faisal, for getting us together to discuss these topics. And I hope Bangladesh and the Bangladesh people also recovers very fast. And thank you for doing this. Thank you to all the panelists as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, our main guest, Mr. Borhan Uddin. I want to say, please put your closing remarks today.
Okay, thank you. Actually, before closing, I want to also discuss it with Mr. Lewis. Actually, we want to start a tourism satellite account. But still now we are collecting, we are getting data from actually WTTC. We are using their data. We have a shortage of data in our tourism sector. Bangladesh government is trying to formulate a tourism satellite account. So can we get any assistance from WTTC? Mr. Lewis.
Mr. Rohis, from our main guest, Mr. Borhan Uddin. Yes.
I was trying to find the unmute. Yeah. Actually, I mean, we have available data in our website. So we have the consolidated report for Bangladesh available in the website. Our members have access to the full reports and for the full data on that data, but yeah, you can try to contact me directly, and I'll see if I can share any additional data that we can share openly.
Thank you. Actually, so I would like to thank all of you for your fruitful discussion. And I especially would like to thank WTTC for arranging such a fruitful discussion session, and also Mr. Faisal because I think he's the main organizer of this program. And also I would like to thank Mohiuddin Helal. Mr. Mohiuddin Helal is one of the pioneer in our tourism industry, and also Marika Duneto for joining and for delivering such excellent speeches, and also our travel writers associations from our travel writers association, Mr. Jaman, for joining with us. And I would like to give you a special thanks from Bangladesh Tourism Board on behalf of Bangladesh government. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you very much, everyone. It was a pleasure being with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Buena suerte.
Thank you, Mohiuddin Helal. If you want to say just a few words for today's program.
It's a great opportunity for me to join with all of you, and knowing about more about World Travel Guide Federation and also WTTC, some of the insight and what they are thinking about, as well as the Bangladesh Tourism Board is current situation and future upcoming situation. It is a really great opportunity to learn more about in different organizations. And especially thanks to Mr. Faisal Razu for organizing such a very important discussion. And I think it is need much more and more discussion on that particular issue. And it is very good to know that Bangladesh Tourism Board is going to take initiative for tourism satellite account. Without satellite account, we do not make the accountability bring in accountability of our local people. So thank you, Mr. Faisal again, Mr. Ashrafuzzaman Uzzal, and Mariko and Luis, Mr. Borhan Uddin for listening me and giving opportunity to talk. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Ashrafuzzaman Uzzal, last word.
Please take care of yourself and don't be upset. Maybe we are passing bad time, but I hope we will see some good sign. So we have to keep work on it, and good luck. Thank you very much and be safe.
Yeah.
Thank you all. I want to give a special thanks, my friend Adolfo Reyes. Today this will happen. You give me this support and this opportunity to bring you all in one platform. And also I want to give a big thank our government through Mr. Borhan Uddin, Assistant Director. He is very well-wisher of mine, and always I getting support from Marika Donato. He guidelining me lot of time. And Mohiuddin Helal bhai, he is also one of my guardian, and Ashrafuzzaman Uzzal, he is such a good man and my guardian. So thank you, thank you. If anyone from need any kind of help to connect with WTTC and WFTGA, I am here to connect with them, and any kind of help they will do without any question. For help, they are very much helpful. Today, this panelists, we are all are helpful. So, such a brilliant and successful tourism, future Bangladesh, future world tourism. Thank you all, be with us, and thank you, sir.
Stay
Bye.
safe. Be healthy. Bye, everyone.
Stay strong, stay together. Thank
Yes,
you.
smile.
Yes.
Bye bye, everyone.